Hey there, everybody. This is Josh Buck from North Coast Railroad History. Today I've got a video of Island Mountain in 2019. If you happen to enjoy the video, please leave us a like on our Facebook page, North Coast Railroad History. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. All of the footage that you'll see here is of the last train that ever ran through the Eel River Canyon. The year of 1998, like the year of 1964, brought torrential rainfall to the North Coast, but this time it was in the form of an El Niño storm event. Little did anyone know that the final train to run in the Eel River Canyon was destined to make its appearance in February of 1998. The final train departed Eureka and was later loaded with approximately $500,000 worth of timber at the Pacific Lumber Company's mill in Scotia, California. Train engineer Nick Mitchell and conductor Gary Kittleston were headed south near Island Mountain during a horrific storm when a major washout occurred further up the railroad from their location. The resulting washout forced the two men to leave their load of lumber behind, and not a minute too soon. After backtracking, a second washout occurred north of them and cut off all access by rail to the cars left behind. A great number of miles of railroad were once again wiped out, which caused distress internally for the North Coast Railroad Authority. With nowhere to run the railroad, the North Coast Railroad Authority's administration laid off all maintenance of way crews. This cost dozens of men their jobs, and without their help, the railroad continued to deteriorate even further. The NWP's office staff, including Executive Director Dan Hauser, later quit on the 28th of July, 1998, asserting that the beleaguered railroad is broke. NWP is $6 million in debt to contractors and suppliers, most of it from $23 million in storm damage from winter storms of 1993, 1995, and 1997. The 1997 El Niño storms had delivered the critical blow needed to fully suspend operations in the Eel River Canyon once and for all. The North End route was officially doomed. The entire NWP was later shut down for safety reasons and an unbelievable track record of unreliability and dangerous events. Based on the evidence at hand, it would be short-sighted to make the conclusion that the North Coast Railroad Authority failed simply as a result of their poor business management. The odds of running a successful operation were stacked against them from day one, and like the Eureka Southern era administration before them, they simply did not have the capital to maintain the Northwestern Pacific Railroad's route. On November 26, 1998, the entire NWP south of Willits was shut down temporarily by the Federal Railroad Administration. Despite the economic conditions and state of repair of both ends of the railroad, individuals such as William Ray were optimistic about the railroad's return to full service. Ray would later write in the Mendocino County Railroad Society newsletter that there seems to be no sympathy and intent from Caltrans to assist this vital alternative to road transport. The NWP thus remains in a state of paralysis unless and until Caltrans and the California Transportation Commission are convinced. Nevertheless, happy holidays to all of you. May the Northwestern Pacific Railroad prosper and shine beyond our wildest expectations in 1999. Next year, when the NWP has recovered, there will be too much traffic freight, excursion, and commuter trains. As made evident by Ray's writing, the county residents who lived in between Humboldt and Mendocino expected the railroad to make a full recovery in the same way one would expect recovery of a local highway. However, for the North End, this never occurred, and it has left many long-term economic consequences that have affected our local population to this day. As for this particular string of cars, they were left to sit for many years in this desolate area. Eventually, trucks were brought in via Bell Springs Road to Island Mountain Road, and the lumber was recovered. The train cars were left behind and have been there since. This footage was taken over 20 years after the last train ran through the Eel River Canyon. This concludes part 1 of what will be a series of videos on the Northwestern Pacific Railroad from this page. If you haven't already liked and subscribed to our Facebook page, North Coast Railroad History, I highly encourage you to do so in order to see new updates and content such as this. Once again, this is Josh Buck from North Coast Railroad History. Thank you very much for your time, and we'll see you again soon.